Are
Are you singing?
Well, yes, I am.
Singing.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
I know you've been waiting for this one.
We're sorry.
Well,
Kinda
we
not.
kind of are, and we kind of not. So here's the thing: if you're new to watching this for the very first time, go back.
Don't watch it.
Go back.
Don't watch this.
You.
We are encouraging you not to watch this.
This is more of the. You know how they always say you have to kind of go back to go forward. Well, that's exactly what the hell this is. So go back to come forward. For all of those who have been waiting for this and have watched every single one.
We love you guys.
Yeah, welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is really about this particular. I don't even know how to. This is about what you put yourself through in connection. It has really been quite a journey so far. You know, we've taken you through.
Really?
Okay. It's been a roller coaster from hell. We went down to the pits.
He was so sweet. This has been quite a journey so far.
Yeah, because we visited Satan. Satan was there. And
my Satan? You thought I was
at one time. We all know who the hero is, right?
I shouldn't do that. I'll hurt somebody.
Hopefully me. All right, so...
This is a family show.
Okay. Oh. All right, so this is the PG version of what is this you guys have been waiting for.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah, but we've also had people say, take the ding out, because they always check their mail. So let's make sure that
we're taking the ding out so you don't check your mail when it dings.
Yes. All right, so we've really kind of slowed up. And there's a reason for that. We wanted everybody to catch up. Because there's so much that we're saying that we're really saying in a different way. And we do that on purpose. There is a purpose to all of this. There is a reason for all of this. And although we've kept a lot of the details out, there's a lot of things that happened to us both individually that changed everything. Mm-hmm. It is about the conditions.
Mm-hmm. Lots of conditions.
Oh, there was a ton of conditions. So
we ended the last video with, your son had come over. We had already had that talk. We were actually communicating. We were emailing back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
And that escalated. I was emailing my... experiences to you, my dreams, my visions, my gifts that I was getting, things that were happening to me. I was emailing to you. We were talking. Keep in mind, he had somebody in his life, I had somebody in my life, and we were speaking as friends.
Now, the part that she's not really, but she's saying, but she's not saying, is she was telling me the truth. The truth about what she was doing to herself, the truth about why she was experiencing the things in herself, the things that she was telling, that she finally found freedom in, and having to step away to come back. Mm-hmm. The truth. No matter if it hurt me or not, she had realized that what I had gone through did have a whole lot of hurt in her, right?
I realized that I already lost you and I wasn't getting you back, so there wasn't nothing to lose from telling you the truth.
Well, that's the really cool thing about a union.
Yeah.
You're not getting back, you're coming into.
Right.
So it was kind of like, oh,
evolving from a relationship to a union.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
The thing was that the relationships of the selves had realized what it had done to the self and became more aware. So when we were emailing back and forth, I mean, there was always that caution, but at the same time, it was almost like, holy she's waking up. The things that will put you to sleep are the truth. The things that they keep from you are the truth. What we all like to live within is a lie. If you can stand in your lies and you can point at other people, just know that that's always been happening on the inside in the first place. So what was really truly happening was the mesh and the meld and everything that was supposed to happen for this union. Unions don't happen in lies. They don't happen in deceit. They don't happen in not trusting. They happen in the truth.
And so I'm sending emails like crazy. I'm telling him the truth, and I'm telling him about my dreams, and I'm being honest with him. Every now and then he slides in a question, and I'll just answer it with the truth, and he'll be like,
You're sugarcoating shit. Tell him the truth. I lost my goddamn mind. Well, I did. I mean, it's better to be honest.
He did.
And there were a lot of times where I would just become... The pain is something I had already put myself through. Now I'm having to endure this other pain, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, wait, damn it, I was in the same pain. So you're wondering why we've done this part, right?
No, they're not.
Okay, maybe you're not. So we'll just say that for another episode at some point, because you guys have all waited so long for this.
Go ahead, tell them.
No, we'll wait.
Okay, we'll wait.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm emailing, he's emailing, we're emailing back. And then it graduated to phone conversations. We're talking on the phone a lot.
And the anger was there, the betrayal was there,
the questions
the frustration
was there,
the acceptance of what you have to endure and pain was there.
It was all there.
And there were a lot of hang-ups. I hung up a lot.
He did hang up a lot. Now, we were just hashing a lot of junk out. And I just refused to lie, because it had got me so far into the depths of hell that I just was tired. And don't judge me for this. I was having some really hard times with the guy that I was seeing, because let me tell you why. I can see you back there, lady. I was trying to explain to him that there is a connection out there so deep and so profound that you're spiritually connected, and I don't understand why you don't get it and why you don't believe me. And we are having major arguments and problems over this. And I'm recording these conversations because I'm trying to explain to him that I can taste when Lee's eating a peanut butter sandwich, and he just don't get it. So my brilliant idea, now remember I said don't judge me. My brilliant idea, because, what was it she said today? She said something and she coined it, but I'm not going to use it. Periods of brilliance, or episodes of brilliance, or something else. You'll know who I'm talking about. When you watch this, you'll get it. But my brilliant idea was to call Lee and have him come over and listen to these voice messages, or listen to these messages from me and my boyfriend screaming back and forth at each other about this connection.
Are you out of your god? I don't want to hear you talking.
In these messages, this man was professing his love for me and saying, I love you, and da-da-da-da, and this isn't real, and you're living a fairy tale, and all this. So I'm playing these for Lee.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Right. So, it ended up that Lee was my friend, and he said, he just gave me some friendly advice that, this guy loves you. I'm rolling out. He did. Cool. He kept it really cool.
I wasn't that way. I was a good man.
Dumb idea. So anyway, he left. So the next couple days weren't so great. They weren't so great because we were having some words over email, because he was obviously hurt, because that was a pretty hurtful thing to do, but it's not like I hadn't heard him before. So.
Can I
go ahead.
ask a question?
Sure.
Is this like trying to tell what we in society, a sane person, about an insane connection?
Yes. So, that happened. So that was a bad idea. So in the meantime, I am about to get evicted from this home that Lee and I shared. And I was struggling, talking to the landlord. He was giving me time, some time. I wasn't connecting that with my friendship with Lee, because I certainly didn't want to bring that upon Lee, and this other guy is offering me money and everything else, and I didn't want to be connected to him. So it got to where Lee and I were talking on the phone. We were arguing, we hashing things out. He'd come over that night. I think you had come over one other time. We had some wine, but it didn't last long, maybe an hour, and Lee got upset because I had a phone call, and then he left. And
I was out of there, dog.
Yeah, he's
out
gone.
of there.
So,
yeah, tell him, Mike. Tell him. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So it ended up that we kept talking on the phone, and we kept talking on the phone, and then there was this one day I had got paid from where I was working, and I said, hey, let's go to dinner on me.
Now, before we get there, there were some conversations that started to soften. Mm-hmm. Now, what I mean by soften is I knew her truth now. It gave me the ability to actually see her in her truth. Don't mistake this. When you see somebody in their truth, somebody who's not running from it, somebody who can stand in it, somebody who's going to be compassionate towards you and understanding about the pain that you're experiencing, something happens. I mean, why do you have to become confrontational over your truth? Your truth is your truth. What you've been through, what you've endured, what you've gone through. Nobody has to tell the story but you. And when you tell that story, you believe in that story. And then when you get judged on that story, you take offense. Get over it. Go on.
They love it when you do that.
I know.
I mean, so anyway.
Yeah, I'm getting lucky tonight, though.
This is a family show. I keep telling you it's a family show.
That's right.
So
there are like younger people.
So here's what happened. Okay. So he said, "Okay, I'll come pick you up after I get off work." I said, "Great." So I'm thinking, we're gonna have a date. I'm gonna have a date with Lee. I'm so excited about having a date with Lee.
And me? This is no date. You're gonna take me to eat something. I'm gonna eat good. I'm going to order the most expensive thing on the menu. BW3's doesn't have anything expensive. Don't kid yourself.
So we went for wings and beer. And
no lobster.
No lobster.
No steak.
So, I mean, I wasn't working for the government. Anyway. So he picked me up, and the amazing thing was I got into our car. The car that we had, our car. The G35, I got into it. It was just our car, and I felt
Picture's got to come at some.
I'm not putting a picture of the G up there. I'm sorry. Okay, so it was a little sports car. It was his car. So anyway, it was our car.
And actually,
can I tell the story? I love you. It felt like home. The car felt like home. When I got in it, I felt like home, but there was an eerie feeling like, I was looking for things like, hairbreadths, hair ties, brushes, women things.
None.
There was nothing in there. So I was doing that. I'm not going to lie, I was doing that. So we went to BW3's and we had the most amazing conversation. And he held my hand across the table and we talked. Wow, we talked. We talked as great friends, and we talked as people who hadn't went through what we had went through. We just talked, and I was able to look into his eyes.
And what actually happened in that moment, or those moments that came, was the beginning. Seeing each other. Mm-hmm. Now seeing each other and realizing what it is that we actually saw in the first place. Mm. Some call it the bubble love phase, or some call it the honeymoon phase, or some call it just whatever the hell they want to call it. What if you could see each other's truth and go back there?
What if you can stay in that truth?
What if you can elect to go out of it and be, I don't know, intellectual, cerebral, or whatever the hell you guys want to do with your brain, but realize you have never been your brain. Your brain has been you.
We had a great dinner.
Yes.
We had a great dinner, and
And then that electricity came.
well, we went back to my house.
Now, mind you, this part. Wait, we got to stay PG.
Kind of. Yeah.
We
got home.
And
we got into the kitchen.
Oh, Jesus.
And are you praying right now? Are you talking to Jesus?
I said those kind of words that night.
Let's bring him to that.
You didn't say that?
Oh, I said it, but I'm just saying it. Let's get him.
You
there.
call me by my first name, God.
Get him there.
Sorry.
So let's. We were in the kitchen.
No.
Yeah.
No,
in the dining room.
We can't. This is.
No. We can make it PG. Yeah, we can. Let's show them what it looked like.
It was this.
It
was a lot of this.
No.
And then it was there. And then it was.
Then it got deeper.
And it did.
And it got.
And it was.
We looked into each other, and then I honestly don't know what happened. It's just that our hands and our lips were touching, and it was so passionate, and there was no closing of the eyes. It was a complete looking into each other, and it was probably a good 15 minutes to 30 minutes of complete standing up bliss.
Okay.
Passionate look into each other, leave my body, go into his bliss. And the next thing you know.
Wait. So I'm going to sum that up. Uh-oh. You've had the Kundalini awakening by yourself. But what if you could experience it with another in such a way that it did the right things instead of the wrong things? Remember, you were hiding behind different walls, behind different passages, behind the lies, behind everything else. But when you're standing in your truth and you experience it with the one you're connected to, then you see the electricity and the real magic. Not these hidden things that everybody else is hiding. There's nothing hidden here.
There was nothing hidden.
There was no walls.
There
was no anything.
Raw, complete passion. And we ended up in the living room, and it didn't go any further from there. It went onto the couch or the love seat.
Wait, before you go there, would you say...
You keep stopping me. They're getting so upset.
I want to add something, because I think this is important to where you were going with it in the PG.
Okay.
Would you say that you were there with me physically, emotionally, spiritually, mindfully?
Yes.
And then something else?
Yes. All of the above. All of the above.
Holy. So
there wasn't nothing missing. There wasn't absolutely. There was. I'm gonna break it down. There was raw passion. There was a lust. There was a love. There was bliss. There was enlightening. There was awakening.
And
there
all because
truth.
We stripped everything down that was conditional and made it unconditional.
It was raw. It was passion. It was spiritual.
So, we're not the ones that are going to dive into what that actually feels like. But we can tell you this truth. If you don't have the truth in between you, what do you have?
Well, so we ended up on the couch.
Well,
and
I think you should just start with what happened. I mean, we're not gonna go into detail. This is a PG show. Yeah.
So
because these moments are still here.
The kissing was different this time. The kissing was different. It was deep. It was hard. It was passionate, and it was honest, and it was real.
You didn't have to hide behind anything anymore, neither did I. Because we got real and we got honest. Now understand that honesty and truth is very hard to come by. It's not like you have been brought into a world that shows you how to be in the truth and then have everybody accept it. But what if it was? What if it wasn't about the mask that we wear, the role playing that we do,
The story that we live.
Oh my God, the story and the storyteller, which is the
Yeah.
ego.
At that point, I had nothing but me and who I was.
I had nothing but her too.
And family show.
Oh.
So, I remember specifically a statement when we got up from the couch, the love seat, which was ruined, by the way. Family show.
Yeah, we moved some furniture.
He looked into my eyes and he said, "That's it. I can never be with anybody else
We
again."
moved furniture.
That statement rings true with me. It just was so honest and, just looking into my eyes, and I can never be with anybody else again.
What I said was, you said it, but I want to make sure that we stop and make sure that we're paying attention to this. What I said was, I found home. I'll never be with anybody else again.
Yeah. So I'm crying and he's crying and we're holding each other, and we just held each other. We held each other for the rest.
No, we went upstairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We held each other for the rest of the night. That's what happened.
We went upstairs.
So, and we held each other for the rest of the night.
We went upstairs.
They get it. All night long. And he had to work the next morning.
There was no sleep involved upstairs.
We held each other the rest of the night.
There was nothing involved with sleep.
I didn't say sleep. I said held each other. So, he had to work the next morning. He had no clothes or anything there. So he had to leave, and he left and went home real quick and got dressed and went back to work, but he talked to me the whole time. But I was asleep when he left, and then when I woke up, I smelled him. I was like, oh my God, I smell his cologne, and he had left his shirt. He had left his shirt wrapped around me, and I smelled him, and I was crying, and I knew things had changed. And I knew that I had something I needed to do, and it knocked on the door at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, he did.
He knocked on the door at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Good luck with that.
And I went downstairs and answered it, and he said, "You look like hell. What happened?" And I said, "I've been with Lee all night." I didn't lie. I just spit it out there. And what? I said, I've been with Lee all night, and I can't even talk to you right now because I'm in a state of bliss, and we'll discuss this later. No, we'll discuss this now. Okay, let's discuss it now. Lee's been here all night, and that's how it is, and, I care about you, I really do, but you're not Lee. You're not the one I wanted to tell my truth to. You're not the one I wanted to be with, and I didn't mean to hurt you, and I don't mean to hurt you, but I can't even talk to you again. And I wish it would have ended like that, but, he kept trying to come over, and he kept trying to call, and he kept trying to email, and he kept showing up until I had to call the police one night. I was on the phone with Lee, and I had to call the police one night because him and his cousin showed up, and he just wanted to talk to me, and I just didn't have it. So I didn't hear from him again after that. And Lee would call me, and he would call me. He was calling me all the time.
Well, the thing about when you open your floodgates and you go in and you do all your house cleaning and open all the doors, which usually happens to...
And boot campers, you know what we're talking about.
You damn right you do. The thing is that you have all of these doors in you. And as you create a door, you close that door, you can leave it open, hence the switch. Those doors are meant to be broken. And my breakup was different than hers because she wasn't in the same state. So it was painful because I knew that I had put myself, and I knew that what I felt, I couldn't do that anymore. I knew that I had found home, and I had to say, can't be with you. just can't. I won't. This is not anything personal. This is what I've got to do. These are the choices I'm making and why I'm making them. And then I started to feel all of those pains that I'd caused before. It was almost like the pain that was there, that was activated because of my story, became activated again. And I felt that I had done more damage than I had done love. And then I really understood the truth about what it meant to love unconditionally and why you should. Because you won't make those kinds of choices and you won't make those kinds of mistakes.
I had never been to your place.
No. So it was time. After both of those were away. Remember, I moved into a gated community, which now, for some darn reason, it came to us. They don't
shut the gates now.
They don't shut the gates. And go figure the name of the place.
It was locked up like Fort Knox.
But it really wasn't until recently that we really discovered.
CJ told us.
Yeah, thanks, CJ. She pointed out that where we live is called Twin Fountains.
It just is. That's where we live. Stalkers, you know where we live now.
Yeah, great.
But I had never been here, and the fact is, she was planning on living here. She was planning on moving in. She had a closet full of clothes, and she had belongings here.
Yeah.
And she had things here. So I wasn't really comfortable coming into this environment with her things here. But he was really pushing for me to come here and spend some time with him.
So I got up in the middle of the night and I drove to that state and I put the stuff out in front of her door, then turned around and drove right back. Yeah. And
called me and said, I said, are we going to drive and drop that stuff off? And he said, nope, already done. I did it last night.
It wasn't her responsibility for me to remove what I had done, just like it wasn't my responsibility to remove what she's done. You have to remember, as you become in union, you create your unconditional paths, whether it be with an ex-husband, a child, people that you have been connected to before. You change it. You change it all. But you do it with love and you do it with respect and you do it with your truth. You know you did the wrong thing. Stand in it. Don't do anything else. Don't go looking for answers outside you when all of these answers are inside you. If you say that you love, how deep does your love go? Why do you think we always use the tagline, love deeply?
So
it means more than it says.
So I came here. And of course it was locked up like Fort Knox. I mean, there was a gate that needed opened and oh Lord. So anyway.
I needed some savior, y'all. I needed to be safe.
What was I gonna do?
She was dangerous.
Yes. Anyway. I came here and I began to feel comfortable, and he would ask me to spend the night. And I had a lot of things going on at home, and I was planning on moving in with a friend temporarily until I could get myself together. And I was spending weekends here, or the days that you had off of work here, and sometimes 2-3 days at a time, maybe for a month or two. Really. Yep. And that went on, and I was, go ahead.
You know what was really absolutely amazing about this time is,
I don't know what that was.
Okay. What was really amazing about this time was that our dreams were so combined it wasn't even.
Oh my gosh, we're dreaming the same dreams.
We were flying.
We were
in our
flying.
Dreams, and we were
waking up going, wow, did you see that?
And we were realizing what our union was supposed to bring as far as change and as far as the relationship itself and what the relationship to the self truly meant. And it just got so incredibly strong.
And it wasn't perfect. We had moments.
Oh my God, we had a ton of moments.
We had a ton of moments where we would argue and fight, and I would walk out, and he would, um,
I'm not
this
gonna
is
stay here
this is my
anymore.
house.
Wait, I want to. Can I do your voice again?
You can do it.
You know that I'm
Didn't
not
it
gonna.
sound like that? One more time. That's what I thought. Okay, so isn't he cute? So, so it got
Beautiful.
It got beautiful, and I had to pack up my things at the house, and I was going to stay with my friend.
And I wasn't having it.
And he showed up at the house one day, and while I was packing, he was coming in after work, and we're talking, and he grabbed my hand, and he started to dance with me, and in his hand, he put something in my hand, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And it was a house key.
Welcome home.
And I started crying, and I said, I don't think this is so fast. I don't think I can do this.
You don't have a choice.
And I said, I just don't really think this is a good idea. And the kids
It's
and
the most wonderful idea.
Everybody, and
We'll create love.
And I said, okay.
And ta-da!
Well, it's not ta-da.
But guess what?
There's more.
Well, wait.
It's not ta-da.
I know. I want to say
Say
something.
your truth. Be honest.
You did not just tell me to stay in my truth. So here's the thing. To sum this all up for you, as you've watched 16 and now 17 of these, you're thinking, okay, this is how they ended up together. Well, here's the thing about when you generate enough darkness within you, it doesn't matter whether or not you give it to each other. You have to hold each other through all darkness. Once you finally come into it, doesn't mean that it's not done. You've got to be shown your truth. You've got to be shown the conditions that you may still have, and only trust those conditions. What we saw, what actually was coming,
we had no idea.
None.
There
was hints, but
what
none.
we did do, and we'll lead into that. We'll kind of give them a little hanger, but before that, let's talk about Relationship Reinvented, because we started Relationship Reinvented in 2009, but it wasn't really until 2012 when all this was happening, and we were reconciling that we decided that we really should start doing this, and
now it was different.
It was different now, but it was kind of.
It was this. It was in 2009, the masculine energy had soared in what the truth could be, as I embraced both my feminine and masculine. Because you're twins. You can share that. Want to make sure that we understand that. When I would do something, or when she would do something, it bounced off the mirror back to me. Because I was already creating a space inside myself to do the thing that I was doing to myself. So now what has happened is both the feminine and the masculine went here. And there was yin and yang in both of us. Balanced, embraced, touched, understood. Because what you've been through, you will point out at the other person and expect them to do it. Mirror. So when that happened,
we decided to take our coaching certification classes, but those.
Oh God.
We did. We took all these coaching certification classes that we really don't use.
It was here. Look, we're not putting down what we've got, but what we are saying is this: we knew that what we were getting wasn't to get to the place where we need to be. As far as what they wanted us to do, we knew what we needed to take and throw out to keep, to go through to the place where we knew that the truth was going to be. And that's exactly what the hell we found. We found the damn truth. Now, even though you elected to go ahead and get into that truth, one of the most beautiful things that can happen is the universe will now shift to see if they can make sure that you're cemented in the foundation of the truth.
And sometimes the universe has completely different plans than you have. So, remember, before, I still hadn't paid my fines. So, we'll talk about that later. But we just love you guys.
We do.
And we
let's
just...
do that part. Oh, I love this part. We really do love every single one of you.
The comments, they're so funny. And they're so amazing. And I really especially love the ones where they tell us we look alike.
You mean they think you're a black
You see
person?
No.
Oh. No, we actually share a lot of the same mannerisms because we understand what it means to mesh and be one. Yeah. Not be separate. So
we're together all the time. We're going to look at... It's like, when people have dogs and they start looking like their dogs?
Yes, Mike makes that face.
We both look like Mike. I think we don't look like each other. We both look like Mike.
It's funny because even the children start taking on the characteristics of the parents. But they also pick up their truth. Here's one thing we want to leave you with. You do this analogy about standing in the storm versus standing in the rainbow.
Yeah. And it's really about if a person is standing in a rainstorm and they're depressed and they're just full of gloom, and another person is standing there and there's a rainbow and there's sunshine and there's flowers growing around, it's obvious. Who are you going to be? Who are you going to go to? And I wasn't depressed anymore, and I wasn't in my story anymore, and I wasn't lost anymore, and I wasn't lying anymore, and I wasn't hiding anymore, and I wasn't all these things that I had layered on top of me. I wasn't anymore. And we just knew that we were on a mission from the universe to start this business and to do this business and to be together and to help people. And it just... Go ahead.
Business is not what we do. The truth
is what we do.
So if you haven't found this yet, are you in your truth? And on that note.
Right. Who's that?
I don't know. But they really want to talk to us again.
Right. We love you all.
Yes. Sweet dreams.